COVID-19 vaccines to everyone above the age of 18 years from today. More than 69 lakh anti-COVID vaccine doses administered on day one of the implementation of revised guidelines for COVID vaccination today. Daily recoveries continue to outnumber the daily new cases for 39th consecutive day. Union Home Minister Amit Shah says that Prime Minister Narendra Modi has taken a historic decision to provide free vaccine jabs to people about 18 years of age, appeals to all citizens to get vaccinated, visits vaccination centers in Gujarat. Seventh International Day of Yoga being celebrated across the globe today. This year's theme is Yoga for Wellness. President Ramnath Kovind and the Vice President extend greetings to citizens. In his address on the 7th International Day of Yoga, Prime Minister says yoga has emerged as a ray of hope in the post-pandemic world. Yoga app to help us achieve our One World, One Health motto. Special events being organized across the world on International Day of Yoga. In India, yoga programs are being held at 75 heritage sites as the country celebrates Azadi Ka Mahotsav on 75 years of India's independence. Three LET terrorists killed in Jammu and Kashmir's Sopore in a joint operation of Indian Army, Police and CRPF. Top LET terrorist Mudassar Pandit, who was involved in the killing of 3 policemen among the neutralized terrorists in the encounter. Swedish government topples as Parliament passes a vote of no confidence in Prime Minister Stefan Löfven. It's the first time in Swedish history that a Prime Minister has been ousted by the opposition MPs. And in sports, match delayed due to rain on Day 4 of the ongoing World Test Championship final between India and New Zealand. On Day 3, New Zealand at stumps were 101 for 2. Good evening. Welcome to English News. I'm Anil Thomas. Now for the news in detail. The world's largest free vaccination campaign, Vaccines for All, Free for All, began today by the central government. More than 69 lakh doses were administered so far on day one of the implementation of the revised guidelines for COVID vaccination. Everyone above 18 years of age are being provided free vaccine doses against COVID from today as the central government revised its liberalized and accelerated vaccination policy. So far, vaccines were free for people of 45 years of age and above. Vaccines will be available free of cost in government-run vaccination centers. Government of India is providing free vaccines to all states and union territories. Central government has provided 30 crore vaccine doses so far. 3 vaccines have been approved in India so far, and several new vaccines are in the approval process. Marking the significant event, Prime Minister said central government is beginning the free vaccination for all campaign for every Indian from today. The biggest beneficiary of this phase of India's vaccination drive shall be the poor, the middle class and the youth of the country. All of us should pledge to get ourselves vaccinated. Together we'll defeat COVID-19. Earlier this month, Prime Minister Narendra Modi had announced free vaccination for all adults starting from today. He had also asserted that vaccine supply would be increased significantly in the country in the coming days. The government has urged citizens to ignore rumors about vaccines as they are safe. One can visit www.cowin.gov.in to register and get full details on vaccination centers and vaccines. One must follow COVID appropriate behavior even after vaccination. The central government will buy 75% of the vaccines produced by pharma companies and distribute them among the states and the union territories free of cost to vaccinate everyone above the age of 18. Private sector hospitals can continue to procure 25% of vaccines, but their service charge is being capped at 150 per dose over the fixed price of the vaccine. Registration on CoWIN or Arogya Setu app is no more mandatory. Citizens can now walk in at all vaccination centers, government and private, and they would be provided with on-site registration facilities for both individuals as well as groups. Union Health Minister Dr. Harshvardhan today asked everyone to take the vaccine against COVID-19. He was speaking after attending an event organized in the national capital on the occasion of International Day of Yoga. He also asked people to follow COVID protocols, including wearing masks and maintaining social distancing. He further urged people to make yoga an integral part of their lives.
वैक्सीन लगवाने के कार्यक्रम को भी बड़ा आंदोलन बनाएं और अपने परिवारजनों के जीवन में योग को भी एक बड़े आंदोलन के रूप में विकसित होने में अपना कंट्रीब्यूशन करें, अपने स्वास्थ्य की रक्षा करें, मास्क पहने रहकर 2 गज की दूरी बनाए रखकर लगातार साबुन से हाथों को धोते रहकर और अनावश्यक भीड़ में जाने की जो हमारी प्रक्रिया है, आदत है, उससे जितना भी अधिक बच सकते हैं उससे बचकर हम अपने को और अपने आसपास अपने साथियों को कोविड से सुरक्षा प्रदान करें.
Union Home Minister Amit Shah today visited a vaccination center at Pandit Deen Dayal Hall in Ahmedabad's Bodakdev locality along with senior officials of the Ahmedabad Municipal Corporation. The Home Minister's visit to the vaccination center is aimed at encouraging people to become part of Gujarat government's mega inoculation drive beginning today. The Ahmedabad Municipal Corporation has said that it has plans to vaccinate 1 lakh people every day as part of this mega inoculation drive. Addressing the media, the Union Home Minister appealed to the people to get vaccinated while adding the process of vaccination will be sped up in the coming months across the country.
भारत सरकार के निर्णय से कोरोना के खिलाफ हमारे देश के नागरिकों के बचाव के लिए एक महत्वपूर्ण कदम जो भारत सरकार ने उठाया है, इससे सभी को राहत मिलेगी. मेरी देश के सभी नागरिकों से भी अपील है कि जल्द से जल्द टीका लगाएं और जिन्होंने पहला टीका लगा चुके हैं और सरकार की गाइडलाइंस के हिसाब से उनकी समय की मर्यादा खत्म हुई है, वो भी दूसरा टीका जरूर लगा लें.
The Union Home Minister also inaugurated the Vaishno Devi flyover and the Kodiyar Bridge in Gandhinagar. Gujarat Chief Minister Vijay Rupani was also present at the event. Later, the Union Minister inaugurated a railway bridge and an APMC building in Kalol in Gandhinagar district of Gujarat. BJP President JP Nadda visited a vaccination center at the Ram Manohar Lohia Hospital in New Delhi today. Union Health Minister Dr. Harshvardhan also visited along with the BJP President. JP Nadda, the BJP President, stressed that nation is part of the world's largest and fastest vaccination campaign. He added that party workers are creating awareness on every booth and encouraging people to get their jabs.
हमारे भारतीय जनता पार्टी के कार्यकर्ता भी बूथ बूथ पर मोदी जी का संदेश कि वैक्सीनेशन किया जाए और कोई भी वैक्सीनेशन से बचे नहीं, सब कोई वैक्सीनेशन कराएं, इस संदेश को लेकर के हर बूथ पर अपने भारतीय जनता पार्टी का काउंटर लगा है और वह आने वाले लोगों को सुविधा प्रदान कर रहे हैं ताकि उनको कोई भी दिक्कत वैक्सीनेशन में ना आए और दूसरे डोज के लिए उनको याद भी दिला रहे हैं ताकि वो वैक्सीनेशन के लिए उसका उपयोग कर सके और उस दिन को का सदुपयोग कर सके और वैक्सीनेटेड हो जाएं.
He underlined Centre's progressive roadmap for the vaccination campaign. BJP president added that nation will have enough doses for complete vaccination.
जून महीने में 10 करोड़ प्रोडक्शन हो जाएगा, जुलाई महीने में 17 करोड़ पर मंथ प्रोडक्शन हो जाएगा, अगस्त महीने में 19 करोड़ प्रोडक्शन हो जाएगा, सितंबर महीने में 42 करोड़ पर मंथ डोजेज होंगी और नवंबर महीने में 56 करोड़ डोजेज बनेंगी और दिसंबर महीने में 59 करोड़ पर मंथ डोजेज बनेंगी। इसको टोटल कर दिया जाए तो 257 करोड़ डोजेज बाय दिसंबर भारत के पास होगा और इसलिए डबल डोज लगाने के लिए भारत पूरे स्विंग में तैयार है। इस बात को हमको समझना चाहिए।
India continues to witness decline in new daily COVID-19 cases. In the last 24 hours, the country reported 53,256 new cases, which is the lowest in 88 days. The active caseload has declined to 7,02,887. Daily recoveries continue to outnumber the daily new cases for the 39th consecutive day. As many as 78,190 patients have recovered in the last 24 hours. So far, a total of 2,88,44,199 patients have recovered across the country. Recovery rate has increased to 96.36% and the daily positivity rate has been less than 5% for the 14th subsequent day and currently stands at 3.83%. Weekly positivity rate also remains below 5% and is now at 3.32%. Yoga is a unique gift of India to the world. Yoga refers to the fusion of body, mind and spirit. By practicing it, we could lead a holistic life and spread positivity in the society. Greetings to everyone on the 7th International Day of Yoga. President Ramnath Kovind has extended greetings on the International Day of Yoga. In a tweet, the President said, "Our ancient seers' vision of bringing mind, body together to achieve holistic health and happiness has benefited millions over millennia. One of India's great gifts to the world, it can be especially helpful during COVID-19. On the occasion of International Day of Yoga, Vice President and his spouse Usha Naidu performed yoga at his residence. In a message, the Vice President said that this year's theme, Yoga for Well-being, reflects the need to practice yoga regularly for our holistic wellness, as yoga improves both our physical and mental health."
My greetings to all Indians on the occasion of International Yoga Day. Yoga should be part of our life. It will not only help us physically, mentally, but it will also enhance the strength of the country. So I appeal to the people, make yoga as part of your daily life.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said that today, when the entire world is fighting against COVID-19 pandemic, yoga has become a ray of hope. In his virtual address to the Yoga Day program, the Prime Minister said that 2 years now, no public event has been organized in India or the world, but enthusiasm for yoga has not gone down.
आज जब पूरा विश्व कोरोना महामारी का मुकाबला कर रहा है, तो योग उम्मीद की एक किरण भी बना हुआ है। 2 वर्ष से दुनिया भर के देशों में और भारत में भले ही बड़ा सार्वजनिक कार्यक्रम आयोजित नहीं हुआ हो, लेकिन योग दिवस के प्रति उत्साह जरा भी कम नहीं हुआ है।
Prime Minister Modi said that Yoga for Wellness theme for this year has encouraged people even more to perform yoga. He wished that every country, every society and every person remains healthy. May all come together and become each other's strength.
कोरोना के बावजूद इस बार की योग दिवस की थीम योगा फॉर वेलनेस ने करोड़ों लोगों में योग के प्रति उत्साह को और भी बढ़ाया है। मैं आज योग दिवस पर ये कामना करता हूं कि हर देश, हर समाज और हर व्यक्ति स्वस्थ हो, सब एक साथ मिलकर एक दूसरे की ताकत बने।
During COVID, several studies are going on researching on the benefits of yoga on our body and immunity. The Prime Minister said that today yoga and breathing exercises are being done at the beginning of online classes, which is helping children in fighting the virus.
आजकल हम देखते हैं कई स्कूलों में ऑनलाइन क्लासेस की शुरुआत में 10-15 मिनट बच्चों को योग प्राणायाम कराया जा रहा है। ये कोरोना से मुकाबले के लिए भी बच्चों की शारीरिक रूप में तैयारी कर रहा है।
The Prime Minister said that M Yoga app will be available worldwide, terming it as another important step by India. Prime Minister Modi added this will help us achieve our One World, One Health motto.
जब भारत ने यूनाइटेड नेशंस में अंतर्राष्ट्रीय योग दिवस का प्रस्ताव रखा था, तो उसके पीछे यही भावना थी कि योग विज्ञान पूरे विश्व के लिए सुलभ हो। आज इस दिशा में भारत ने यूनाइटेड नेशंस WHO के साथ मिलकर एक और महत्वपूर्ण कदम उठाया है। अब विश्व को एम योगा ऐप की शक्ति मिलने जा रही है। इस ऐप में कॉमन योगा प्रोटोकॉल के आधार पर योग प्रशिक्षण के कई वीडियोस दुनिया की अलग-अलग भाषाओं में उपलब्ध होंगे।
Minister of State for Ayush Ministry Kiran Rijiju joined the national lead event on the International Day of Yoga. He extended greetings to everyone around the world and said that Ayush Ministry has partnered with other ministries, organizations, educational institutes, local communities and experts to spread the message and practice of yoga.
Focusing on International Day of Yoga observance this year, the Ministry of Ayush continues to play a pivotal role to raise the profile of yoga and strives to make it accessible in every village, every home. Adapting rapidly, the ministry has launched a variety of digital tools, free yoga resources, training sessions and certification drives. The ministry has also partnered with other ministries, organizations, educational institutions, local communities and experts to disseminate the message and practice of yoga.
Union Information and Broadcasting Minister Prakash Javadekar today practiced yoga at his Delhi residence. In a tweet he said, "Morning shows the day and yoga morning brightens the day with positive energy. Make yoga a part of your daily routine." On the occasion of International Day of Yoga, the Ministry of Culture organized a special drive named Yoga and Indian Heritage at 75 cultural heritage locations. The drive was part of the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav campaign and witnessed active participation of all institutions or bodies of the ministry. Considering the current situation of pandemic, the number of participants for yoga was restricted to 20 persons at each site. Several prominent people also took part in the programs organized at these locations. The world participates with ever-growing enthusiasm on the occasion of 7th International Day of Yoga. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar tweeted a video showing people practicing yoga in various countries. Three Lashkar-e-Taiba terrorists were gunned down today during an encounter in Jammu and Kashmir's Sopore. IGP Kashmir Vijay Kumar said that the top LET militant Mudassir Pandit was killed today and was involved in the killing of 3 policemen, 2 councillors and 2 civilians recently. He was also involved in several other terror crimes.
कल शाम में जब इन्फॉर्मेशन मिला था एसपी सोपुर को तो पुलिस आर्मी सीआरपी मिलकर कॉर्डन डाला। कॉर्डन डालते ही सर्च शुरू हुआ तो मिलिटेंट ने अंदर से अंधाधुन फायरिंग किया, जिस फायरिंग में आर्मी के एक जवान को गोली लग गया था पाँव में। उसके बाद इनकाउंटर जारी रहा जिसमें 3 टेररिस्ट मारे गए हैं। 3 लश्कर तोयबा से ताल्लुक रखते हैं और इसमें मुदस्सिर पंडित बहुत हार्डकोर टेररिस्ट है जो पिछले 2 साल से यहाँ पर सोपुर में एक्टिव रहा है, काफ़ी किलिंग इन्वॉल्व है जैसा पहले हम बताया। अब्दुल्ला भी जो पाकिस्तानी है वही पिछले 3 साल से यहाँ पर सोपुर नॉर्थ कश्मीर में LET का चीफ रहा है। तो ये पुलिस सिक्योरिटी फोर्स के लिए बहुत कमी की बात है। सबसे बड़ी बात है कि वहाँ लोगों को इससे राहत मिल रहा है कि उनके बच्चों को रिक्रूटमेंट करने पर प्रेशर पड़ा था वो कम होगा थोड़ा।
Union Textiles Minister and senior BJP leader Smriti Irani welcomed the decision of the Calcutta High Court to admonish West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee on the alleged statewide post-poll violence. The Union Minister further added that it is unfortunate and unprecedented that citizens are tortured, looted, raped and punished for casting their votes, and the Chief Minister stands a mute spectator to the rampant violence.
I am grateful to the Kolkata High Court for giving a pathway for justice for the people of Bengal. It is shocking that those who were claiming to be the liberal champions of human rights and women's rights are selectively silent about the torture that has been inflicted about the citizens of Bengal. Countless rapes now have become a fact in Bengal as a result of post-poll violence. Countless families have been driven out of their villages, out of their homes. There are people begging that they are willing to change their own religion, their faith, so that their lives can be spared. Today, the High Court has very rightly so admonished Mamata Banerjee.
Sweden's parliament ousted Prime Minister Stefan Löfven in a no-confidence vote today, giving the Social Democrat leader a week to resign and hand the speaker the job of finding a new government or call for snap elections. The nationalist Sweden Democrats had seized the chance to call the vote after the formerly Communist Left Party withdrew support for the centre-left government over a plan to ease rent controls for new-built apartments. The no-confidence motion, which required 175 votes in the 349-seat parliament to pass, was supported by 181 lawmakers. Löfven is the first Swedish Prime Minister to be ousted by a no-confidence motion put forward by the opposition. He was due to hold a news conference later on Monday. A new government or a caretaker administration would sit only until a parliament election scheduled for September next year. On to sports, rain once again interrupted the World Test Championship final with a heavy downpour washing out the entire morning session on the 4th day in Southampton. Overnight and early morning rain meant the pitch and square at Hampshire's headquarters remained fully covered. Earlier on the 3rd day, the Black Caps battled through India's constant pressure to close the day at 101 for 2, 116 runs behind India's first innings score in Southampton. India began from a good position at 146 for 3, but lost captain Virat Kohli early to Kyle Jamieson for 44. Kyle Jamieson then took a super 5-wicket haul, giving away 31 runs, that included the wickets of Ishant Sharma and Jasprit Bumrah in consecutive deliveries. Well, that's all we have time for in this edition of news, but do not drop that fight against COVID-19. Follow those 3 simple steps of maintaining social distance, masking or wearing a mask at all times, sanitizing your hands or washing your hands at regular intervals, and also step up and get yourself vaccinated, because we all need to see a better tomorrow. Thanks for watching.